Now this girl right here, Woah Vicky, she gets on a podcast. You know, it always starts with a podcast. There's always somebody on a podcast starting some shit. Okay. Trying to make some conversation, trying to be like the smartest person in the room. We clearly know, if you know who Woah Vicky is, that can't be possible. I mean, not to be rude, but the girl is not right up here. And I think she was trying to communicate something different than what she was saying. But apparently she says that Lil Nas X ain't really gay and that he's playing up to it. This is what a lot of people are alluding to. I think the Joe Budden did the Joe? No, they said that about Tay. Yeah, they said that about Tay. But there has been brands and a lot of other like commentators that have said that Lil Nas X is essentially like playing gay for money and popularity and whatever the case is, right? So her argument is that a person that went to school with Lil Nas X said that he was not gay when back in the day. Now we all know that Lil Nas X, I think he was out. He was out before he got famous, but he had to come out again as a famous person because a lot of people thought he was just straight or whatever the case was. So he was out when he was in school. But now that Vicky is saying that there's some friend that said that he wasn't. Look, at the end of the day, don't nobody really know unless you like, and he's the type of person that's kind of like trade discreet, whatever. When the average person probably wasn't going to pick up the fact that he could have been gay or anything like that, right? So I imagine if that person did go to school with him, he probably just saw a regular dude. Anyway, so she gets on this podcast and says that, and a lot of people, Lil Nas X responded. He says something about don't nobody care about what Ja Rule thinks. I think I didn't get the joke, but I'm like, what Ja Rule got to do with it? He always saying something, but I definitely think he's gay. Is there like, tell me in the comments, is there really people out there that think that he's not? Like, I don't know. And if you want popularity, if you want to be like out there and successful, I mean, pandering to a target audience. I mean, being straight is that way. Because let's be very clear. Like, I'm not saying that being a gay artist is crippling. I mean, he was definitely one of the only queer artists in history, outed queer artists, because there are a lot of artists that are not out, that has gained success. The only one, if you really want to get into it. I mean, they canceled Adam Lambert for freaking kissing somebody backstage. There were artists in the past, like a Elton John, but they weren't out back then. And if they would have came out, they would have been canceled. They would have been done. So he's like literally the only artist that has gained a massive success and still he can be whoever he wants to be. I don't think that I don't think he's playing a role. I think what she was trying to say, right, is that he plays up to his femininity a little bit too much to the point where it doesn't look authentic. I will take that. I definitely feel like that's the case. And I've said this before. He's finding himself as an artist, as a person. He came out to the world. And sometimes when you come out, you kind of have these expectations for yourself. Like, okay, well, I'm gay, so I need to be acting like this. And this is how gay people act. No, we're not monolithic. We have different variants of personalities and archetypes and all that type of stuff, right? I think also there could be somebody in his ear telling him to act like this and dress like this. I definitely feel like that, but that's a every artist thing nowadays. A lot of these artists are using whatever type of storyline to try to sell records and try to do. There's a lot of artists that's like that. I'm not gonna. Do I want to say names? Okay, we could say some names. Like how people think Lizzo, because she's a heavier sized woman, like she kind of plays on the whole body positivity movement. And I'm not trying to say that she's doing that to sell records or to be relevant, but it is, in a way, it does come off a little performative, and it does come off a little, like I'm big and I'm proud and this is and the third and whatever. It does look like that. I could say the same thing for Chloe, like her playing on to her sex appeal a little bit too much in a way. Like we know that these new artists, they are taking on these personas, but it's not coming off genuine. Okay, so that could be the case, but don't ever sit there and fix your mouth to say that Lil Nas X is not really gay. That boy is queer. That boy is okay. He is something else. Now I did hear, because I was watching some of my some videos, you know, because I follow a couple of these T pages just to get the gist of what's been going on. Now Omar Wiggins, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna quote him on it because that's what he said on his show. He brought the exclusive first, but he alleges that there's an alleged video of Lil Nas X taking it. Allegedly, okay, because we ain't getting sued here. Well, I would like to see. Ooh, let me start. If that is true, then clearly this he is what he is, and I think that I don't know. I think that it's so weird that people have this conversation. It's disingenuous. It's dehumanizing. It's like undermining the fact that this man had to literally be vulnerable to millions of people. And you're saying that it's all a lie, like his whole life is a lie at this point. You're his entire existence, and no, being gay is not your entire existence. Like I said, we're not monolithic, but that is a huge aspect of our lives. And to say that we're just lying, or that he's just lying, because it was told to me before when I first came out, it was like, oh, you're just confused, or you're just playing up to this, or this is a phase, or this is something that you're trying to get attention for. No, bitch, it's not attention. Girl, I didn't ask for none of this. I mean, you know, I wish we don't have to come out. Okay. People just know that, hey, I'm with this person, or this person is with that person, and they might be the same genders or they might be opposite genders. Like, why are we I would love to get to a point where we don't speak on this, to be honest. I don't know. But Vicky, you act like you black. That's your problem. Okay, you want to talk about people acting? Girl, look at you. Anyway, moving on, child. Side eye, bombastic side eye. Because, girl, you ain't got no right to say that nobody acting like anything. Okay. Anyway, let's move on.